Hello, this is your 8.96 tutorial. To begin, let's select the A, start a new drawing. You're automatically prompted to load a template. Make sure you load your McFatter drafting templates. Mine are located in my documents in the McFatter template folder. We're going to be using the McFatter ACAD template. All right, make ease of use. I'm going to turn off the grid. And something that you don't have to do, I'm going to insert the drawing into my work area so we'll be able to see the drawing and work on it together. All right. Once you have everything all set up, you should go ahead and save your drawing. You can click Save or Save As. When you click Save, it automatically becomes Save As because you haven't given the drawing a name. Make sure you save your assignment with the rest of your work. The drawing name should be 8.96. Then save. All right, now we have the drawing saved. We should start on the drawing. Let's start with the front view. The overall for the drawing is 4.63. Then the tallest height is 1.876. I'm just going to go past that. Go to the endpoint and go past that again. Use the trim command. Now I have my rectangle. I know I have a change here at 1.06. So I'm going to copy that up 1.06. I copy this line, 0.75. Then I'll use the trim command, selecting both of them as my cutting entity, and then selecting this line and this line as the entities I want to cut. Then we have a distance here of 1.75. So I'm going to select this line and copy, selecting anywhere along the base point or anywhere away from objects. And then I'm going to go 1.75. Next measurement I have is 0.5. Now I have a difference in height here at 0.125. So select the bottom line and copy selection. Moving it up 0.125, enter. Then I'll use the trim command, selecting this, and that is cutting planes. I'll remove these two lines here. From the drawing, I'm also going to use these two lines as a cutting plane to cut this in this way here, showing that little change and uplift here. This baseline going across here would be in line because of the way that they dimensioned straight across with no height changes. Next distance here is 0.5 going up from there. Let's select this line. I'm going to copy and go up 0.5. Then I'm going to use the fillet command, but I'm going to leave the radius at 0. I'm going to select this line here and this line here. What it is doing right now is it is extending the line and trimming the line that it's intersecting to make a perfect 90 degrees with the 0 radius. All right, so now I have those two entities in there. Next is still the top. Top goes over 0.31. So we'll copy. 0.31. And from the top down, 0.35. Make sure I get copy. 0.35. These two are going to be center lines for the circle. Circle is a diameter of 0.28. No longer need these center lines. And from the beginning to the end of this surface is 1.13. So I'll select this line again, copy it, bring it from here in that direction. 1.13. Enter. All right, so that's the top surface. Then in the back here, you'll see a dimension going from here across to a projected line going from here to there. So from the back, it's 2.88. 2.88. Enter. This line that's coming down here is the intersection for the diagonal. So let's go ahead and draw that. I'm going to use the intersection here and bring it back to the top part there. And now I have this side complete. I no longer need this line nor this line. Then I'll use the trim command, selecting diagonal and the top of this surface here to cut away the extra box. Now I'm missing a hidden lines for this hole here, and I'm missing hidden lines for the hole here. But I'll leave that for later. I could do that on the top view and then project it down to find those lines. Let's go ahead and save the drawing. I'm going to select everything I have here for now and change to object layer. Now let's start the top view. I'm going to project a line from here, going straight up. I'm going to draw a line intersecting that, going across this way. I'm going to draw a line from this line here, going in that direction. From one end of the top view to the other end of the top view, it is 2.25. So I'm going to select this line and copy it, going up 2.25, enter. Right click, enter. I can also use this line here that I'm projecting and copy it and reference every point that I have here. All right, that's good for now. Just to mark some of these, I know this is going to be a hidden line at the bottom. Because it's already underneath the piece. This is the top surface. This line here and here will also be hidden lines, because they will be a hole being drilled through the object. And we'll make this line a center line so we know that that's the center of a circle. All right, let's get some more dimensions in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the trim command, selecting these 4 border lines. Now I'm going to go through and cut those out, removing any extra lines I don't need. Okay, so this piece here has a depth of 0.75. I'm going to select this line and copy it, moving it back 0.75. Since this is the end of it, I'm going to use the trim command. And I'm going to leave both of these here, but I will trim this right here, because that's where it ends. I can also use this line here to cut this. So now this is now located here, the top view. I'm going to need to bring this one in. From the top view, from here to here is 0.75. So off of this line, I'm going to copy again. Oops, hit the move command. Make sure you use copy. Pick a base point, move it up. Excuse me. 0.75, enter. Then I'll use the trim command, using these two lines to cut this and this away. I'll also repeat the trim, selecting those two lines again, because I can now cut the hole. We'll come back and fix the center line later. In reading this here area is the gap. I'm going to use the trim command, selecting this line and this line as a cutting plane to cut out here in the middle. I'm going to repeat trim, using this line to cut away at this line here. I'm going to use trim, selecting this and this is a cutting plane, and cut both of these off for now. I will have to add a trim using these two lines to cut here and here. I'm going to use this baseline here to cut these away. Now, these lines that are going this direction stop when they hit here. Alright, so now we're looking pretty good. Let's trim this out. Now let's go ahead and get our counter bore taken care of. The location is 0.88 from right to left, and from bottom to top is 1.25. So I'm going to use the copy command. .25. This is now a center line. And then I'll select this line here and use the copy command again. Bring it across and typing in 0.88. Alright, looking good. Let me change this to a center line, just so I know where I'm going to intersect with. Now we can put the circles in. These are all diameter dimensions, so I'll be able to use the diameter dimension tool. Those are dimensionings. Let's go ahead and use diameter. We go to the intersection. That hole is 0.525. And the next hole is a diameter of 1.125. Yeah, I need to go ahead and make sure that I'm drawing a new circle. The diameter 1.125, enter. Now I have the countersink here. Let's make sure we save our drawing. We have that information. Let's go ahead and start with our line command. And we can project this information down. So the first drill will go from the top all the way through. So it starts entering here and cuts all the way through the piece. Then there's a second drill that's going to come in, and it's only going to go down 0.063. So what we're going to do with that, we're going to copy that information from the top and bring it down 0.063, enter, right click, enter. So as we were discussing earlier, first drill goes all the way through, but then this secondary drill that comes in, it's actually going to trim this top piece because it's being drilled into. So this edge is here no longer. I'm going to repeat trim, selecting these lines, because this is the right of it, and this is the left of it. Then repeat trim, selecting this, get rid of these top lines. I'm going to change this all to solid. Object layer. Then we're going to trim. Cutting this off. Now this is a drill coming into this. So there's a front wall blocking this. So all these lines will now have to become hidden lines. So this big drill is coming in and only going down that small depth of 0.06, and the smaller hole goes all the way through, but since there's no material being here and here, that's why these lines are where they are. All right, so I have that. I'm going to go ahead and delete the center lines that I have here. Delete this center line as well. To make a nicer center line, let's go ahead and change the layer of the center. I'm going to draw a line from here going down like this until I get that nice clean pop, and it's still longer than the distance between here and here. I'm now going to draw a diagonal line coming from this end to this end, getting a midpoint for the circle, or for the cylinder. And I'm going to place that there. Escape. Now you can select this line and delete it. That's a nice line there. You can also need one here. I'm going to draw my center line coming down so I get that nice clean pop. This one's a little bit more tricky. So what I'm going to have to do is go from here up to a perpendicular. Once I hit the perpendicular, then drop it down to the intersection. And then I can take this line, grab by the midpoint, and place on the midpoint of this object here. Hit the escape key. Then these extra green lines, I'm going to remove them. All right, looking nice. Let's go ahead and annotate the center mark for the large circle. And we'll also put one for the small circle here. Escape. All right, so we're looking good. Let's save our drawing. None of these lines have been changed to solid yet. Let's go ahead and remedy that problem. Selecting all of my solid lines. I'm going to go home and change it to object. All right, looking good. Now I can do the side view. Let's select this object here and copy it. And then I'm going to rotate it. I'll use this corner here. This is at 0. I want to bring it down 90 degrees. So I select right here. Then we can highlight this area here and use the move command. Bring it a little bit closer. All right. Now I have my top view in position and my front view in position. I can now do the right hand side view. Let's project our line work. Before I go too much further, let me change this back to layer 0. Select this line, change this layer 0 as well. Then I'll use the copy command to mark out any special information. Now this might be a little bit difficult to see change here, so I'm going to skip that for now. Go ahead and work on just getting that countersink in and the framework of this body here. So I'm going to project these lines across. All right, so got our depths here. Let's mark out that these are hidden lines. So I'm working with those. And the great thing here, use the trim command. That I know this and this aren't going too much higher. There will be a line on the backside that I will need to project, and I will extend it later. But for now, I can take these out. using these. Let's cut these away. This is the hidden line. So I'll make it hidden for now. So now, this exact same cylinder can be redrawn here. I can copy this down. Actually, it's already copied down, so don't worry about that. But the easiest thing to do is just to highlight this right here, use the copy command, and grab it from the endpoint and put it on the endpoint of this one here. Now if I go ahead and delete these lines and delete this line, and there we go. I have the side view of this very front piece. Next, I'm going to need the top. Draw a line from here. I'm going to bring it right across here. I already have this line here in ready existence. Let me go ahead and bring those down from here straight down. I'm going to use the trim command. Selecting this, this, and these two as cutting planes to cut away this area here. Next, we need this piece that goes in here, which is this square. Or should I say rectangle? I'm going to project that down for now. Okay. I'm going to use the trim command. Where they intersect, they get cut. This is going to stop where it hits this. Let's trim that out. Let's trim this out here as well. Looking good. Let's check the depth on that. Is that correct? 0.75. .75. So all good so far. Now it does have a radius on the edge. That's a radius of 0.25. Let's go ahead and put that in. Fill it. Radius. .25. I'll select these two lines, making that round. Okay, I have a measurement here of 0.63. So put that in. Point 63. Enter. Does not look like it. Oh, I need to pick a base point. That's why. Select the bottom. On the bottom, go in the holes 0.63. So copy 0.63. Now, what you'll notice that it's very close to the actual line here. So we're going to cut that. Let's get that depth in. 0.38. Just so I don't have any mix up. Let's make these two. Oh, not that one. Here's the one below it. Let's make that a set. Wait, what are they? Okay, now. What is above it? So identify these as centers. And we can put our circle in. Point 0.25. Now, the trick with this circle. What we're going to want to do is have hidden lines on the bottom and solid lines on the top. So what I'm going to do is going to copy this. And put it here for now. Just random spot. I'm going to use the trim command. I need shears. Use trim. Assign its cutting plane. And on this one, I'm going to leave that there and cut the top. On this one, I'm going to cut the bottom. This one's going to stay solid. But this one here is going to change to a hidden line. I have that center right here. I'm going to bring that across and place it right in the center of the object. So now I have the bottom part of the circle and the top half of the circle in this drawing. I'm going to project a center line from here straight across. Maybe a center line. Now I'm not going to keep this here for long because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, it's the cylinder. I'm just going to copy this, grab this intersection, and place it right here on this drawing. Becoming a little difficult because of the center line not being a line here. Let's just change that to layer 0 so I don't have that gap problem there anymore. And I'll select it along with its individual center line and move it from where I placed it back to the front of this. And then I can erase this line. And that is looking good. Let's go ahead and save the drawing. So now looking at this, you see how this line comes down across this way, comes down here. This line right here comes all the way across. So I need to do some more hidden lines. This line here coming straight down. And since this is an edge here, this is also going to be going across here. So I have this hidden line going all the way across. That's basically this side right here. It's just coming from here. And we have a hole here. So let's account for that. Let's use the trim command to cut this, this, and these two. Now let's not get confused with this being a center line. It's not a center line. So let's go ahead and do a center line here. Just so we have a nice clean place to put our other center line. Now use the trim command. Cut off these extra ends. So I have a midpoint for my line. And I know where that midpoint is. I'll draw a line from here to here. And confirm that those hit the center. I can delete that. And I will draw a new center line that has the pop. and put on the midpoint. Be careful. Make sure you zoom in. You don't want to accidentally hit the intersection here or make some random nearest point. You want to be right on that triangle, that midpoint. All right, looking good, looking good. Let's go ahead and make these objects solid. Make it object. There we go, looking pretty good. Now we do need a hole here. I think the easiest is going to be to draw that out. Let's find the center. So from here to there is 0.38. 0.38. I'm going to go in this direction just so I don't get confused. I now know where the mark is. So now I can take this drawing here, copy it, because it's a cylinder. Be careful, make sure you get the intersection. Put it right on the end point of this line right here. Then I'll just erase this extra line. And I have an extra green line here because it's on top. I can select it. I'll delete that. If you can't get it for some odd reason, you can go ahead and use a highlight window of the blue. It'll select anything that's inside of it. All right, no longer need this line, this object here, so I'm gonna delete that. Go ahead and save our work again. All right, let's move this over. I'm going to move this closer. And this closer. Let's find out if it works on our 11 by 17 sheet. Looks like it fits very good. I actually need to tighten it in as much as I did. I can spread this out if I want. But let's see how it comes out in the dimensioning process. Let's check our dim style. Majority of dimensions are 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's 3, 3. Looks like the majority is 2 places. So let's go ahead and change our dim style. And we'll modify primary units, precision, 2 places. Hit OK. Close. So now when I put my dimensions in, go to annotate. So the overall from here to here is now in 2 places. I don't know where this circle is. Let's get a dimension from here to here. Spread some dimensions out here. That's what it's coming out. Just stagger them so they're not intersecting with each other. Give a nice overall. Oh, I already have that, so it's double dimensioning. Let's get that out of the way. So I do want to know where the center of the circle is. So I'm going to want to do some linear dimensioning from here to the center. Let's flip that by going from the center to here. All right, looking good, looking good. Line that up. And then we need an overall. This might actually look a little better if I take it from here and line it up with the rest of the dimensions that are chaining. There we go. Looks nice and clean. This is. Now where this hole is. All right, looking good. The thing I'm missing now is the circled diameters and the countersinks. Let's go ahead and dimension some diameters. All right. Click on that. I'm gonna hit the arrow, then the enter key below. You need to say through. Catwalks. HRU. Once you're done, you can click away from it. And you dimension the same one on this side here. Diameter. This is gonna be a little tricky because there's a lot of stuff going on here. Probably go about here-ish. It's not great to be going through your dimensions, but don't really have too much given choice in the matter here right now. I could potentially lift this up a bit. There we go. That looks nice and clean. Want it to say through as well. Double clicking on the text, going to the right and enter key. T H R U. All right, this one's gonna need some special labeling. It's marking the biggest circle. Let's skip that. Diameter, biggest circle. Wait, should be the smallest one first? Yes, should be the smallest one first. Place that there. Now this is one of the ones that need 3 places, yes? Yes. So let's select this. Any other ones require 3 places? That hole there. So I have 3 places. Small dimension, I don't even have that yet. Let's put the properties. Properties. You don't want center marks for 1. You also don't need that on. Where's the center lines? There it is. Center mark to none. change the 3 places. I did not change that. I changed other things. Let's go properties, primary units, and change this to 3 places. And there we go. Now it looks nice and neat. I'm not really missing. There's dimension here missing. Let's go to linear. Place there to there. And there's a mark reading the change. Let's go to precision. It's under primary units. Okay, got that in. Close that there. Save this. Overall there, got the center marks. No more 3 places. This dimension here. Wait, that is actually a dimension going from the bottom up. $63 it is. Let's give a dimension here, telling how tall this is. Dimension, 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 dimension. Yes, 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 yes. This one right here. We need to add the rest of the notes to it. So I'm going to arrow over, hit the enter key. I'm going to need to insert some information here. Symbol. Other. Now you might not see this character map menu. It'll be listed under GDT. And you'll see the little line symbol with an arrow pointing down on it. Select with the select button, and then hit the copy key. Then exit out of that. And from here, right click, paste, and you have that marker, backspace. So I have the depth symbol. What are we missing? It's the hole. 0.25. Oh, we got the depth. I didn't put the sync symbol in there. Or the counter bore. So let me go to the right of that. Hit the enter key on this so that it goes down 1. I come back up here, click 1. I'm going to go into my symbols and load other. And once the GDT shows back up, I need a countersink symbol. Or excuse me, counter bore. Select and copy. And move away. Back in the text of this. Paste. Backspace 1. Get that out of the way. I need the text. Text shall read as follows. Diameter symbol. I go back on the symbols. This one's here, %%C. Easy to do. All right. And then it's 1.1. Oops. Let's see the numbers. 25. All right. Space some of this out. Okay, what's the depth? Depth is 0.063. All right, click away from that. There's your dimension there. Let's go ahead and reverse this one. So delete it. Near. I'm going to go from here up first before I put that down. And then I'm going to use this line here to connect the motor part. Yeah, right here. Pull this across, line it up, and there. Well, just a hair. Maybe bring it back just a hair, or half a hair. There we go. Now it looks nice. This one I'm actually going to delete and put on the other side, just so that we don't get confusing with the other one. Right, just do that, right? Doesn't need it. It really doesn't say it needs it. And I think because I deleted that, I have to redo this. Make sure it has 3 places. Properties, text. Where is it? Precision, precision, precision. There it is. Okay, perfect. Got that in place. Got our hidden lines. I know what this hole is. Oh, wait, maybe that's what that was. This does not need to be here. It does need to be here. So linear dimensions from here to there. What I can do is actually, so I'm putting the dimension, minus the hole, go below the building, and boom, place it right there. Okay, is this 3 places or is this just 2 places? Just 2 places. Alright, excellent. I got my depth presented. Yep, 38. Alright, I think we are pretty much ready to print. Let's see how this looks. Let's hit the save button. I want to turn the grid off because I do not like it. Makes it too hard to see. All right. Looks like we're looking good. I don't see any missing dimensions. I don't have an overall height for this. This is important. Let's put that in right here. This is 3 places. So let's make that change. Properties, annotate. There's precision. Oh, why it's always so difficult to find that when we need it. All right, close that out. Okay. Overall distance there, distance there. Got the diameter, got the other diameter, got the other set of diameters. All right, I think we're good. Let's go to our sheet. We're gonna save this one. All right, once you've gotten this complete, make sure to put your sheet 1 of 1, the project, the scale, drawn by, and the date in these boxes. Once you filled in using the text that's provided, make sure you save again. And then we'll go ahead and do a print preview. Continue the single sheet. Monochrome, drawing the PDF. If you use the correct template, all these things will already be checked for you. Looking at the preview. Preview looks beautiful. Click. Once we got it, we can exit. And then what you'll do is you'll hit the OK button. Once you hit the OK button, you'll be prompted to save the PDF. Make sure you save your PDF where you save the rest of your work, and then turn it into Mr. Regas per Mr. Regas' instructions. This has been the 8.96 tutorial, and I'll see you in the classroom. Bye-bye.